wonder if somebody here likes mountain biking. I suspect. So here we have the RockShox box. For our viewers, there is the exact part number.
All right.
And for $899, you get some decals, and then you get a $1 shock. I'm kidding. Also, you get a little fender.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
of course, I don't think we ever run into any mud issues here in the desert.
Yep, mud, what's that? Never heard of that. And obviously, the old retired shock.
Oh.
Yeah. She rode a long time.
Huge pack of coyotes back over there off the secret trail when it comes and goes out of that big wash.
Yeah, I saw them. I saw 3 of them.
Oh man, there's like 10 pups over there, and I saw 4 adults.
I saw 3 adults running this way, and I saw a couple pups up on the...
Okay, you ready to do a review?
Yeah.
So, we've switched out. I think I bought this bike in 2014, and finally wore out the front fork, so time to upgrade.
What was that original fork that you had?
That was a Fox. I think it was a Fox float. So for our viewers, I've had a love-hate relationship with Fox. The front shock was fine, but I had a terrible time with the rears. So I decided after I replaced my rear shock with a RockShox to replace the front fork with a RockShox also. So this fork is a RockShox RCT3 with 140 millimeters of travel. And so what I found riding this shock is on the big stuff, she's about like the Fox was, not a whole bunch of difference. But for me, where the really big surprise is the small bump compliance is unbelievable. And so, you know, everybody that knows me knows that I immediately strong proponent of carbon bars because they soak up a lot of that high frequency vibration. This shock is, I've found to be on the small stuff, is just incredible. And so similar, you know, like the Fox shocks have this climb trail descend mode, and this shock has a similar set of settings over here that you can turn for climb trail and descend. And so this is wide open, then you can turn it to climb or trail mode, and then this is full lockout for climbing. And the center here you also have rebound adjust, which is nice, so you can get to it while you're riding. And what I found on the Fox was, on that particular shock, I rode wide open all the time. You know, I never did fiddle with the CTD mode. And what I feel like I'm finding on the Pike is I'm fiddling with the lockout more, generally going to trail mode on the cross country. So, which is, I find this ironic because I never touch the rear shock, but on the old Fox, I used to use the CTD mode all the time. So now it's kind of reversed. Like on the Monarch, I never touch it, and on the front now, I've found myself fiddling a little bit. As far as pressure, I've got this set at about 100 pounds, and I learned a little trick, and this is probably going to earn us a lot of hate mail, so be prepared for that, Fred. But I learned a little trick from the rep that came out for Trek a couple years ago on setting your sag. And sag is kind of almost a borders on religion, but some people, including this guy from Trek, just set your sag to about a thumb width on the front and pinky width on the back. And for our viewers that don't know what we're talking about, this is called a sag-o-meter. So you put this down, you step onto the bike, and then adjust your air pressure until your sag reaches a certain level. And for me, it was about a thumb. So, and Also, a couple of interesting things about the RCT3. This is a 29er, and it also mandated this shock was only available with boost, which refers to how wide the front is here between the two stanchions. So this required me to buy a new hub and to lace up a rim to the new boost hub.
That's what, 110 millimeters versus 100 or something like that, or is it?
We'll have to flash it up for our viewers.
Okay.
I'm highly dubious about the value of boost, but that'll probably get us more hate mail. But also an interesting characteristic of the RockShox is it doesn't need an adapter for the 180 rotor, so I already run 180s, so it's adapter free, which is nice because anybody who's had to use these adapters, it's difficult to get the brake adjusted just so. So
yep, I've got them on mine for my 180s. So.
Right. And so now what we're going to do is first, I guess I should be clear, I'm very impressed with the shock. On downhills the performance is about the same as the Fox, but the small bump compliance has just been absolutely fantastic. It's been a dream. I'm not sure how it's going to shake out over time if I'm still fiddling with the CTD mode frequently, but we'll see. And so now Fred and I are going to make some dramatic slow motion video of the shock taking big hits because it's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know, our e-bikes, mopeds. That'll be another video someday.
Yeah, definitely.
So Fred and I are up here at, we call this Stone Bench, and this is a Desert Classic Trail out here at Phoenix South Mountain. So now that we've done our dramatic slow motion reenactments with our new Pike RCT fork, I can say comfortably already this is an exceptional fork, and I recommend it to anybody who can afford it. And we will be back to you in a few months after we put some more miles on it to give you more feedback.